welcome on back at last everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 16 of our Malakai Makaisson Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode, it is about a week later, and we are never going this long between recording episodes again. This feels incredibly wrong. So we're back in the Throne of Power, as it were, but this isn't my first time trying to kick up this recording here, and I've got a mascot made of the deepest of the void sitting in my lap. Hey Maka, as long as you can stop kneading my thigh into oblivion, you can stay. Alright, where were we? Yeah, so basically the Skaven here, this battle with Hellkeek is one of the kind of quest battles for Malakai. Every time I attempt to fight this battle, we get a crash, so you all, for any who would like to see what this Skaven quest battle, I guess, sub-quest battle is going to be comprised of in terms of actual units, this is what it looks like, and we're going to go ahead and smush them. That way we're going to hope this doesn't cause any issues. Be nice, game. Perfect. We lose quite a few of our frontline warriors. That would have been probably pretty brutal for us on the front line either way. Still would have preferred to fight it because it is a pretty large and varied army for the Skaven, which you don't normally get to fight. We're going to go ahead and take the extra replenishment. Good old Dawi. Since it's been so long, I'm going to take just a quick moment to get reoriented on what we were up to last. Orgrim, your army needs some serious help. And luckily we've got the gold we need to retrofit his army with something good. So he's got all of his unique skills, so advanced foraging, more oath gold from all buildings, faction-wide. I think the research rate is going to be the immediate grab. And as we're fighting against Skaven and Greenskins this entire time here, let's go ahead and snag Grudge against the Foul. Or, I mean, right the wrongs. Long as the High King yearned to avenge the wrongs done to his people by striking clean the entire ledger of the Great Book of Grudges. A 20% more campaign movement range after winning a battle turns him into a baby Scarbrand. Then we get Unbreakable for the whole army if we're fighting against anyone with 1,000 plus grudges, as well as Perfect Vigor, which just allows you to deliver the smack that much harder.
Yes!
Yes! And we'll have Tom Phillipson here, who is all the way up to his Cinderblast shell. We'll switch off of that for a moment and come on over to... Really? Concussive Maintenance gives him extra melee defense. I figured maybe armor. He's got all the tools to throw at you. That is the way. We'll grab, break open the casks, and triangulation to make our missiles that much stronger. Maki, you're about to get relocated. Claws hurt so much more than you expect. She is so happy and doesn't realize it. Pigeon Plucker Pendant is not going to be useful against the Skaven. An Obsidian Lodestone isn't really either, but would be better just because the Skaven do have spells. So yeah, we'll go for the Obsidian Lodestone in place. Gives any ancillaries we can chuck on here too. Tattooist gives us less corruption, which would be great for knocking out the Skaven nonsense. Powder Maker is recruitment. Cost reduction for artillery, not a bad idea. Income from sacking. Got a lot of Slayer Wars. We can actually probably get a few of these over to the salvage. Get us a little bit more gold. We also have a ton of stonemasons as well, but I don't mind stacking up. Troll Slayer gives him a bonus versus large of 14. That's insane. Hang on now. Where are my Slayers? Like Godric? Why don't you have a Troll Slayer? Look at you. You've got your Rememberer and a Troll Slayer. And then we can give the other one. I want that to mostly be on heroes. So maybe Yori Azrael.
What's your orders?
Are you out in an army? Not yet, you're not. Oh, I guess it doesn't look like we're sitting him into an army either way. But he can turn and join up with Thorgrim, so let's go ahead and...
Arcane winds under control.
Yeah, those are just runesmiths. While they're great, I don't ever really want a runesmith fighting a large target. That's a good way to get them slain. I realize Little Wizard is watching Clone Wars in the other room. It is incredibly loud, so if you can hear any... We'll have to cut that out if we hear any Star Wars. That is 100% copyrighted. So if you hear it, just don't say anything. Brass Cleaver works, and then we'll go ahead and swing on down here and grab Troll Slayer off of Garim Dean's son. Yes, indeed. Our 3D weapons we can hand out to you, the Pigeon Plucker Pendant. Might as well. Yeah, we've got to get into the forges to make us any more good weapons of renown. Alright, sweet. You got a little bit of gold after smacking down those Skaven, and actually, Thorgrim, how much further can you go?
The High King.
Well, I wanted to deal with them. We also want to kind of retreat away from Karak 8 Peaks. Because I don't think they're going to lose any of this land otherwise, and we're going to have to go to war with Wissenland, which will be very awkward. So we'll press down into the Western Badlands, start clearing out this, and allow them to start taking the settlements from the Empire. You need to keep a wary eye. So in that case, safest way to come on down. We're not taking attrition and Bitterstone Mine, but we can just swap over into in-camp and move kind of slow. Alkenhoff, you are moving up to join up with Deled.
Follow me, lads.
To do so.
Go.
They should soon be able. Oh, infinitely. Did we take out some buildings here they were using? Unfortunate.
Of Valea.
Well, then what will we replace that with? So we had Slayers going in with Deled's army. We can grab Slayers or Longbeards now. Here, let's have you go.
Aye.
Oh, we can't have you pop in, can we? Drop into in-camp stance, which for some reason you weren't already. I guess instead of just these Slayers, we'll have to just switch our priorities just a little bit. We've got one set of bombers. Having two bomber teams always sounds good. Especially with their new napalm strikes. And then go for some grudge throwers too. Maybe instead of grudge throwers, good old organ guns are at 300 range as opposed to 440 on our cannons. I do want to make sure we outrange enemy guns, so let's go ahead and grab a cannon team or two. And they can kind of set up with the bombers being our kind of our flame cannon actors for this army. The anti-infantry clearers. Alright, correct. We need... What are we going to build in here for you guys? I mean, walls would work. This gives us more control, which would be very nice. It's probably just going to be the old... Replace the Slayer Shrine. Just because it gives us more capacity for those Dragon Slayers. And you always want plenty of Doomseekers. So we'll chuck this in for now. Get Karazakrak all upgraded nicely.
You summoned me?
Sweet, everyone's moving on down to their positions. Skaldor, you do your scouting thing.
Fine. This way looks better.
This way looks better. As for our legendary grudges, how close are we to finishing off Retake the Realm? So Death's Pass. We kind of have to let those fall, otherwise we're going to be fighting the Empire. Which I'm betting even if we were at war with them and took a couple of settlements, we could probably grab peace pretty quickly. But we would need to make sure we are moving it very fast if we choose to go to war. We'll get to the Seal Tombs quite soon too. That's another one we need to make sure we are able to hold from the Dawizar, and they've actually taken the Silver Pinnacle back by raising it to the ground.
Demon Slayer.
Nice and rude. Right.
Dragon Slayer.
Ingrid Blackbeard hasn't been moved.
I'm great.
Have you come on over here and dropkick Murda.
Calls.
That Plague Priest is stinking up our land. Ooh, critical failure. Well, at least we don't have to pay your upkeep anymore. But now Murda's going to be more empowered.
Demon Slayer.
Really?
Who's man enough to follow me?
Thought I'd actually ruin our Slayer recruitment everywhere. Interesting. So you guys are going to be fine then. We can just grab a couple more Dawi warriors. Fill the army in. No, we don't have any bonus V-Large, but we at least have a couple more armored lads to go into Shield Wall and absorb any shots from the Chaos Dwarfs or the Skaven. I'll zoom in on the map a little bit here. Swoop on through to make sure... Ogni.
Dragon Slayer.
He already has orders. He's coming up to join Gutri.
Be inspired by a Slayer, Darwy.
Be inspired by a Slayer, Darwy.
Now we wait.
I am so surprised they didn't deal with the scaling. Come on, Katerin. We're probably just waiting for this turn and she should deal with it. Let's go back up to... Last I kind of want to check on is what we were up to with Malakai.
Grimney, it's me.
closing in on that 16. It's gonna be probably, it looks like, just 6 more turns. We'll have the Runesh Hall and the finest airship this side of anywhere. Cool. Building up some upgrades available. Not this turn. We'll skip on through. We'll pop into diplomacy real quick.
What brings you before the
So it looks like Clan Angren would like to grab some missions for us, or we can accept some missions from them. Like a whole bunch of undead. Herman Hellstein. Your doom approaches, Herman. Element over here, which we aren't at war with the scaling, and they're about to go away, so we'll go ahead and chase down Aesrit the Lost. Soon. Back into diplomacy, and then we'll see if there's any kind of trade agreements without talking to rebels. Really do want to trade. Fair enough. Not a lot to do for the turn then. So we'll come on back up to Malakai. And pass. Oh, hello, Astragoth. He's going to come on down to attack the Blasted Expanse. Really, it's going to give us a close defeat. There is no way we would get destroyed. We'll give it the auto resolve. They lose so many. Well, that's awesome. They still claim the town, or choose to sack it. Alright, so Waldenhof has been moved in on, as we expected. We have set up a bunch of pretend cardboard cutouts of Dawi, and these undead fell straight for it. Ooh, 21 cardboard cutouts, well done. Scaling are gone forever. Blasted Expanse has been sacked, and somehow they did manage to take some gold with them. Same at Waldenhof. I guess we forgot like a coin purse or so while setting up our decoys. Metastone has been discovered. Nolgrim Kromson is back and ready for duty. That's not Damercon, so you get to survive. Lucky you. We're gonna come down after the Floating Mountain. Yeah, Maka, you're falling off because you're chunky. And you never work out. This cat is literally void incarnate. Oh, there's Damercon. If he does want to fight, and provide to me his defeat trait. Girl, you're gonna have to leave soon. You were cutting off circulation. Alright, let's go ahead and give the Plains of Zanbaijin over to Boris as we continue to build his empire. How can I assist? You can by... I mean, if we take a military alliance, he's just gonna drag us into more wars. But at this point, he's just dragging us into wars with chaos, so I think that's fine.
Then I will call you friend.
Not sure we added the air quotes, but sure. Then I will call you friend. Draws it out as long as possible. Alright, so next then, let's check our technology. We need to build up another 500 Oath Gold before we can get the heavy plating armor for our flyers, which we definitely want. 15 more armor, 10% more missile resist, upkeep reduction, and replenishment, and then Vanguard deployment finally, which is just glorious. Pulling your units wherever you want is always the best. Alright then, Malakai. So you've warped on through, you're done for the turn. Let's come on down to Kevin. His merry band of Kislevites and pirates. Glaive Gun has been serving you very well. Let's go boost income, just to finish off all of the passives with him. We don't have to worry about them. I'm going to go ahead and relocate Maka. You go ahead and get down. Oh, my poor legs. Now, we'll have lightning legs as the blood returns. Alright, Kevin. So, your plan... Ooh, there's some lovely gold over here. Let's skim along the coast then.
Keep your axes close.
I wouldn't be surprised if Be'lakor or some of these other Norskins get a bit of a hair to come fight us soon, so we'll want to... We'll definitely want to prepare. So Yosef, you come on over.
The Damas Kron drives you. Slayer.
Yeah, we will have him go in March, just so we can continue to build up the possibility to grab the good trait. I never remember what it's called, but I think it's just almost just the Force Marcher trait. Toolmaker's Workshop is 419. Actually, not a bad idea.
Master of runecraft. Casting the runes.
But before we do, we'll just remember this is over here. Let's check some of our other holdings just to make sure there's no better mines or anything that can make us more gold. I don't see anything coming from Frozen North just yet. We do have Infectique over here, which is Squad of Heroes. We do need to turn around and maybe clap him, but I think the second we do, then the Nurgle boys arrive.
Lord of Clan Mordred.
Monolith of Flesh is all max upgraded there. It can hold against most forces. We'll come on down to Winterfire. Uther, that is.
Yes.
Dennis will be claiming the northern part of Norscan Mountains, the Hellspire. And I guess it's all the Hellspire very soon. Raiding the Altar of Spawns. Still over there at the Sarl encampment.
Let us begin.
Krakadrak still 2 turns away before we can get the Great Hold. Hellpit is upgrading so incredibly slowly. Let's find us another battle. Uther's already moved. Yosef has as well. We have Ungrim and his merry band of Slayers. And we can either send him up after Leopold and the Griffinwood, or turn back around and deal with the undead that are chasing us around. Which I think we should do. Test me at your own peril. Ooh, Vlad's back. He's brought Yosefa instead of Isabella. She's still taking a break, recovering from our last encounter. As one would. Oh, we can just hand this one over to the other auto-resolve. Or Sylvania. And actually, we are going to. We're going to make some progress. 500 kills out of the Giant Slayers, but of course that's dwarfed by the Doomseekers. We'll go ahead and just grab that replenishment and turn back around. They hiss at us and run. So scary. That works out, doesn't it? So you can even come on in and start clapping the survivors and bringing in the Cinder Smeshin too. Ready. Let's definitely grab that inspirational leader. All dwarfs to me. We have grudges to settle. Grimnir demands it.
I grow
restless. Relentless is speed for you. Sapper is speed for everyone, so that's what to grab. Actually, get back. Ammunition sounds good. So we'll grab 1 ammunition and 1 Zufbar so we can grab the army ability.
1 rag.
Blast some dudes and bits. We'll grab the point into scouting, and then you are in undead area. Let's grab the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Cleansing Corruption would be great for turning things around on them, kind of when they're not expecting it. The Overcast Mast or Rune of Wrath and Steel is, well, I guess that's that. It's Overcast because it's the Master. Just gives you 60 armor, which is pretty good, but dwarfs already have so much armor that much more isn't that much better. So we'll just grab the upgrade to the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Then we'll chase them down.
Slayer King.
I am the Slayer King. 107 kills for 1 flame cannon. We will absolutely keep replenishing because Ungrim have an insane amount of replenishment.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
If we attack Eshin directly, we'll drag everyone in all at once. We'll probably need to fight this one. Let's do it. Or not. Well done, lads. The Dawi have some insane auto-resolve. Ooh, sacking Eshin for 4,000 sounds very nice. I don't necessarily need to claim Vampire Land, but draining their gold sounds great.
To die in battle.
We'll roll back up to Waldenhof and chase down Leopold when we can.
It is time.
Alright, back on into Ungrim's blue line, which will grab the final point into Inspirational Leader, which is 6% more replenishment. How much do you have total now? Besides 50% ward save. Down there quite a ways, 30%, so we're almost up. So 50% is the max, and we are at 30%. And then 10% more for Slayer, so that's 40%. And then, so 46% for Slayers only. We're very close to the maximum for our Slayers.
I am the Slayer King.
Slayer King with no ability, or no ancillaries to hand out. Skills we do have though, so we'll grab the Zufbar 42 pounders, upgrade that to its max. We have 3 uses.
Aye.
Forge Fire for Eosif. Everyone in 35 meter range drops armor by 15, which drops the armor of most undead down to near 0.
Restless.
Oh, hello, Bok Bok. You went a different way entirely.
Against council orders.
Good, agreed. I definitely didn't expect this one. He's trying to strike deep in our lands. Karak Ungor would probably be the only one he can take down, which, that's where he's at.
Dishonored.
Utri, we're gonna have you come through the...
More movement, less
You've got to
movement.
defend. I didn't expect this kind of attack. Straight into the mountains.
Bakras.
Instead of joining up right away, let's keep an eye on the Chaos Dwarfs, which we're gonna have to turn around and fight either way. We got lots of enemies down here.
Doom Chaser.
So maybe coming across Silver Spear would give us a good defensive formation. Because if we come over here to the Demon Stump, we are out in the middle of everything. Tower's going in there. I'm thinking also the Refectory to give us a little bit of control, corruption drop, and beer production going. Putting us coming over here basically puts us in the middle of both of the greenskin settlements, which is going to be such a bad time. But if we don't, the Scavenger's going to build up over there. All sorts of fun going on here. Let's go into tunneling.
Rock above. Feels grand.
As long as we stay in our own territory, we'll just jump
Doom's this way.
to Silver Spear, see if there's anyone nearby. Won't do any more upgrading here, though, because I really can't afford to. No upgrades, no repairs. Everything in the Darklands is kind of expendable at the moment. Rom Peat gives us even more growth, which we could definitely use. More beer as well.
Doomed.
We do make a fair bit of our income trading our kegs to the world.
Innovator.
Who else needs to be moved? We could use the good old hero move button, but
Iron
I'm
Fist.
avoiding it for now. Garagram, you need to come on out and see if we can catch up to dear old Pops.
If I'd wanted boats, I'd live in Zufbar. Do not rush the war mourner.
Did you not wash the War Mourner? I'll try my best not to. Get the gold of the Sorrel encampment. Even though I don't really want to build the walls, the AI has been doing a very good job of avoiding obviously your fortress settlements just to sack your income building ones, so not a bad idea to make sure they can defend themselves. So over here at the altar of spawns, I'll go ahead and upgrade. Make sure we don't drop below too much further in our income.
Anger burns bright.
We'll let these guys keep building up their grudges. Keep an eye on the Skaven, yep. Stone Mine Tower. I didn't realize I had this claimed. Too many Skaven nearby. We're not going to even try to defend that one. Kraz, though, I will absolutely go for the Brine Mine. And the hunting camp over by Varika Hills. Hello, Duke Jared.
Protector of the realm.
Protect thou. Unless you're a peasant. And then you can get bent.
Good.
Oh, perfect.
Axe thirst.
Alright, Grimgor moves in on the Gates of Zor, and it's going to give us a decisive defeat. That is just a bunch of goblins, so we might be able to hold the line. The problem is goblins are actually not that bad at fighting, and there's hundreds of them. Alright, sorry about that. Maka decided to jump on back up, and that was... Yeah, you know what you did. Get out of here. Quite disruptive. So we're going to go ahead and kick back up the Battle of Snazdrog versus... You're not even named. We'll call you Earl. The Stone-Headed. Not the most grandiose of battles, but the goblins versus the miners. Let it begin. Alright, so a battle in the Darklands Oil River. We can't fully cover this choke point here, but we can kind of hang out up on top of the mountain. So what I'm going to do is grab the boys like so. We're probably going to want them a little bit more grouped up, but we'll have them in shield wall mode. That way they have about all the mass they need. and all of the missile block to absorb pretty much all of the ammo from those 2 goblins. And then we'll have our mini miners surrounding our blasting charge miners, who will be in charge of doing as much damage as possible. I don't know if we have the warriors to actually win the day here, but we'll do what we can. Let it begin. Lads, you need to move forward quickly. You 2 need to basically take this kind of position.
Move! For the ancestors.
Keep the
Miners. Nothing can stop us.
normal miners back a bit. Blasting charges also back a bit. And you 2 will, once you get there, we'll have you go Shift J, that way they turn in place. It doesn't work like that. Okay, cool. So hit J real quick, and that'll have them about face. And you attacked me. You know what how this game works. Spread these warriors out as wide as we can.
Strike out!
Alright, lads, now it's time to go into shield wall. Shield wall for you boys, too. The miners are going to take a ton of damage from the initial charge from the Durkit Squigs, but don't really have much choice there. Go ahead and summon in the gyrocopters to get some damage when they come on in. They're firing on the boys. We'll see how good the shield wall is. I like that they don't keep their shields up at all. Well done on the shield wall, boys. Ah, smart. They kept Durkit Squigs back. Send them around then to try to get the bombing run. For a couple of shots in on them. I'll waste the bombs on Durkit Squigs. It doesn't feel like a waste at all. Squig hoppers are a menace. Keep blasting, and you guys go ahead and meet them on the charge. Let's get all of these goblins all grouped up. Then move ahead and start chucking those explosives in this middle group here. Well, that should be a glorious amount of damage. We'll check it in a second. Oh, look at the goblins explode. Alright, that's all they've got. Let's bring them wide so they can flank. You guys come on up and drop some bombs. We'll use Alt. Try to use Alt to give them a better positioning. Try to, that is. There we go. Charge those squigs. You guys drop whatever bombs you have left. Excellent, and they fall. Do the corpses of the... not corpses, but the destroyed gyrocopters deal damage on the way down? That'd be awesome. Well done, boys. Make sure those squigs get annihilated to the last. We get some flanks with these miners here. Another wall is active. The goblins doing their best to outscream me. Come on in here and break this group. We have a very limited opportunity here. Time to fight. Make sure you chop the rest of those squigs down to nothing. Alright, here come the goblins once more, so we may have just lost our opportunity to win. We'll see. You warriors come on back, you guys keep chopping. Do what you can, boys. Go ahead and charge this group of goblins. Now I don't think we're going to have to worry about Durkit Squigs coming back, so we'll bring them round. It was a fake. Slow motion battle shots of Dawi v goblins. Right, rivalry as old as time. Oh, that oil waterfall just all of a sudden phased on in. Alright, Durkin Squigs are done. And dusted. Let's bring these miners around wide.
Muster the throng!
Keep chopping.
Move! Pursuit!
Shoot the gap there here. We're gonna take damage from the archers no matter what. There's just not much we can do about it. If we scare off their front line, we've got the battle. We got another wall though. That is impressive. Fight on, brave Dawi. Hold it like that way we can actually see the action. Don't worry, Gobbo Archers. We'll get to deal with you in a moment. You guys go on through up to the next group. Actually, let's kind of stick together. Just in case these guys decide to come on in. We're gonna give those Gobbos the business. See if our leadership manages to hold the day here. Looks like we're gonna get a side charge from these Gobbos. Let's pay attention, so let's get them in. They get a bit of a counter charge there. Ah, we lost a group of miners. It shall only be a miner a nuisance. Yeah, those miners are about to go as well. Our lord's just a little ways too far away from them. Luckily, we did manage to break Durkin Squigs, but it just wasn't enough, and this will help build up their wall energy. And it's not over yet, though. Like one or two more walls for them, though, we're going to be in trouble. They're almost ready to come on deck. And more goblins are rushing to join the fray. We broke that group. Find a new fugitive goblins to sink those pickaxes into. They're winning that fight. Let's go help the ones that are not necessarily winning.
We will have vengeance!
Maybe he's coming back.
Attack the edge!
Alright, keep chopping. Those archers got blended. Alright, there's the next wall. This will be our... Can we survive this one? Leave them in twain. Make sure we're hitting the right units there. We'll blend up these normal Gobbo spearmen and move on the archers here. Crash into them. Become like an unstoppable tide of stone, shall we? I see lots of fleeing Groby. Let's bring you back towards the middle so we actually have that leadership. We're just going to completely ignore the enemy lord for the most part. He was a shaman, a great shaman that was only capable of, I guess, using sneaky stabbing, which was doing some pretty good work for him. The better way to see the action without all the banners in the way. You guys are back. Awesome. It's not over yet. They still have a few extra archers, giving us the business. We're in one blob. No, our lord's about to go. Hang on now. Our final charge here might have been ill-timed. Oh, they're watching those guys flee. Come on now. You guys gave it your best. Oh, but they're gonna go ahead and flee. We'll speed it up. Versus. Well, he fought valiantly, but it wasn't quite enough to face off against Snazdrog and his very brave goblins. Right to the ground, why not?
Shut, if you will.
I think that builds them up the most amount of wall energy too, so we're going to be dealing with a fully powered Grimgore very soon. Peace treaty with Vlad. But you haven't peaced out with Clan Angren yet, so therefore no peace, although 5,000 is quite tasty. Wouldn't mind stealing your gold mine though, so no deal. Tragedy of Macbeth? I thought he was going to offer me up a Macbeth sandwich. Extra helping of necromancy fries. We have a nasty bit of income deficit to work out because of all of our recruitment. Oh good, Elspeth's here. Which means she is going to not lose any of the territory now. Listen, Elspeth. We're supposed to be on the same team, but what are you doing down here in my territory? Go to secure the Empire, which is falling apart. A plan's request. Field engineers are sent by their guild, attached to artillery, to ensure increased rates of fire. By 10%. It'd be Thorgrim versus Elspeth? Would so rather not, but it would be an easy fight. Elspeth is really their only scary unit. Yes, Hellstorm rocket batteries are scary, but only as long as they're allowed to fire.
Let's march.
Go ahead and jump in the underway to take down the Bitterstone mine. We'll allow her to continue her existence. Yori, you join up with Thorgrim.
Good. Grimnir's axe thirsts. The High King.
Combine everyone up here the way.
Retake
Good, and
the
maxed out for
realm.
those lads. We'll send Yori to join up with Thorgrim.
Mustard. Train.
I think multiple rune... We actually don't have a runesmith in here, so...
Runes are ready.
Which one are you? Valea for ward save.
Aye, it is time.
Or Hardy for physical resistance.
Send me to
Welcome to Team Thorgrim. We're going to go ahead and put you in place of... Lasting charge miners are so useful against the Skaven. We'll get rid of one of these Dwarf Warrior Great Weapons.
Good. Grimnir's axe duty is never done.
Yes.
So you come on down and check to see if there's any Skaven in Dragonhorn. No, we cannot because it's too expensive. Well, curses.
Let us begin.
So we could try to chase off Duke Jared, but Muggascurry isn't going to come on any closer. We need to just bully some more undead. So I'm going to come on over to Templehof, if you will, sir. Let's make sure we can actually make that journey without getting throat chopped.
Doom.
Just Vostus von Karstein.
Attack them.
Come here, buddy. And away he goes. We'll go ahead and take Templehof then with a decisive victory. A yoink. We still will lose a few, but this makes our fight with Vlad if he attacks us that much more fun. We will sack Templehof. Thank you for your goods.
I must fulfill my
Then I'm gonna turn around and claim it.
oath.
Cut one of the heads off the snakes here.
What?
The many-headed Hydra that is Vlad.
I grow restless.
He grows restless. We'll grab a lightning strike, that way we can reduce reinforcement time for all of Vlad's undead. And then we'll grab his final blue skill. Story looks like you're all maxed out besides the likes of your Rune of Grimnir for missile resist, which no one really fires at you. And then Devastating Charge, which 91 charge bonus on a lad on foot is terrifying.
Armed and ready.
Let's do the old boost income for Sindri. Ugram Granitan, you're hanging out with Ungram and his boys. Ballistics calibration allows our axe chuckers to throw their axes at Mach 42, so I think that's going to be the call. So Deadeye here.
One rag.
One rag. We'll grab Wardbreaker to drop missile and spell resistance for all of the undead creatures in our area as well. Should work out beautifully. I think the only thing that... Oh, Vlad and his mini zombie boys. Vlad and Vostus. First of the world.
Yes.
Alright, you're at Templehof. We can go ahead and start
Death.
chucking in a woodsman's hut, extracting all of the resources we can from their these haunted woods. Repairing Walden off is probably not the way to go. Let that repair itself, because there's several armies over here, and they're likely to either hold up in Drakenhof or try to take one of our smaller settlements. They're quite cheeky.
Demon Slayer.
What are you up to, Bok Bok? He's likely coming over to take the Silver Pinnacle. Knows we just can't do anything about it.
What? Think me fool?
Yeah, because we can see he's got clan rats and a bunch of wolf rats. But as long as we keep them back and we can keep chopping them up with grudge throwers, we do win.
Dragon Slayer.
That's a funky one, though. Let's see if we can't catch him in an unfortunate ambush.
I won't. Slayer.
Otherwise, we're going to have to dig the Skaven out of Silver Pinnacle, which is going to be a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. Yeah, here they come. They got their wall from taking him down, and they're going straight after the Tower of Gorgoth. Narla Negsnappa. Negsnappa.
Demon Slayer.
That's the bigger threat. Skaven or Greenskins. I think it's going to be Greenskins 100% of the time.
Stop that. Doom Chaser.
We have the flamethrowers and the Iron Drakes, the Trollhammers, so in the Underway, we're much more scary than they are. Although with the walls, that also helps us out quite a bit. Let's go Underway fighting.
What?
Bring it on.
Moving exposed.
Underway battle it is. They chose not to fight us, which means they are not confident they can win. It's Electronex technology then. 2 charges for our blasting. All of our miners sounds fun. Mastercrafted wounds or mastercrafted weapons, not wounds. We'll be doing some mastercrafted wounds to our enemy though. Flanking and missile resist for our artillery. Now I actually think more blasting charges is the way to go there. We'll go ahead and snag that. And then we'll come back over when we have 500 and grab the heavy armor plating. Alright, Malakai, time to make some money by bullying Floating Mountain. Poor Greenskins. We have to take all of your land and give it over to Boris. Sack this. Extract all your gold. Anger of the Forest is successful. Glorious. That is our kill 1,500 enemies with flame cannons, so now they can dig in. Giving them 40% more range, expert charge defense, and 15% missile resistance. We will be boosting even further when we have the ability to do so. I'm going to come on in and just claim the Floating Mountain. We'll give this over to Boris. Already finished that one, nice try.
What? Engineer?
We doing it, no repairing. Just go ahead and give this over to Boris now. We'll see how much gold he has.
All allies of Kislev.
5,000 works for me.
Glorious.
I agree. Me and Boris are best of buddies. No matter how much land he loses, I can just keep giving him more.
What?
Yoink, back over into airship camp. We'll go ahead and grab and go trek his final point in its deadly blade up to 92 melee attack. He and Scarbrand are rivals to the end, aren't they? Sigmar's Ward then for Felix. Really just wards off the likes of the missile magical spells that are blasted his way, because they don't tend to shoot at your smaller heroes. I've got a cement truck moving on in because we are still working on a concrete, but thankfully that's because of the last thing they're doing, and this should be the last week of it. It's not as disruptive here with the cement truck. Very thankfully. Alright. So we've got a couple armies that are thinking about coming across the ocean here. Let's maybe entice them to do so. Oh, you have no idea what you are, buddy. Target practice. That's what we call you. And Doran, we are not going to be able to afford your Iron Breakers. Let's stop that. We're going to send you out to start picking the brakes off of the Slaneshi factions.
For a reckoning. Aye, grudges will be settled as the High King commands.
And then March stands over to Shoktrokken, which we'll send you out from there. Kastalton versus Infecti.
Whatever the cost.
Hopefully you can win.
Slayer.
They want us to upgrade Malakai's automated foundry, which I don't really wish to do yet. Got all of his infrastructure. All we can really do is throw in the bunks again, which doesn't really do anything for you. We'll do it for the giggles. Now his ship's all upgraded fully. Mine is the Rune Edged Hull. I would love to get the reinforced gate here, but I don't think spending gold where we're about to be attacked is very smart.
For the wisdom of the
But as a Karak, we could grab the Drinking Hall and the old Toolmakers Guild, which will pretty much clean us out.
Yes.
Oh, that's not a weak army at all, isn't it?
Summon me if you dare.
Our cannons are going to be busy against Mugga. Interesting. Well, fair enough. We'll come on down the edge of Karak. Guess we own Varenka Hills too, but Duke Jared and his nasty army of Knights of the Realm. I think we could probably deal with them. He doesn't have any flyers, so our bomber's gonna feast.
By the Grudge Bearer's will, the throng agrees.
We'll try to give him his ambush abilities there. Alright, so a couple battles are definitely afoot. Kevin the Undefeatable, we've got you out on sea, chasing down pirate ships and such. You've got a Thunder Barge, no one's gonna mess with you. Approach the Caucasus. A gush of putrid water and Emily Butler appears. Disgusting. We sacrificed our Slayers a little bit more than I would have. Wanted to see just how mortar-proof they actually were.
Fight, die,
A couple of them were.
revel in glory.
Several are now over there. And over there. Tormentor Sword, nice. A corpse of such size does not go unnoticed by the brigands of the sea. We dealt with them, gained some gold and a sword.
Yes, yes.
And we'll move on to this next sea corpse then, just to give him even more
Stay above
experience.
water, not like Makaisson.
Not like Makaisson. You leave him alone. Alright, so I think the plan is just to go for Grimnir's Ears then. Upgrade all of our Slayers. Slayers, Slayer Pirates, Giant Slayers, Hammerers, and Iron Breakers.
Gonna need a rememberer for this.
Definitely a motley crew.
Demon Slayer.
Joseph, if we can just pull you into normal stance to hang out in the Troll Fjord, that'd be just the swellest. We're just gonna need to keep an eye on Conquad and what's going on over here. I love that you can build the Ogham Stones, but I think the Unpleasant gives you minus 50% income, so it only bumps it up to minus 40%, so it's not worth claiming for us. Be good to give over to maybe the likes of the Lizardmen or just the Lizardmen, to be honest. We don't like Elgi around here. Upgrade help it finally. Ooh, nope, absolutely not. Too expensive. We'll get that done next turn. We have a little bit more money from punching our neighbors.
What do you want?
Uther hasn't been moved because he's trying to ambush
Setting off.
the demons.
Dishonored.
It's a scary job, but someone has to do it. See, Bok didn't decide to leave. Weird, isn't it?
Now. Death Seeker.
Oh, never mind. It just thinks we didn't move because we just popped out of Karakangor.
Hey up.
Dude, he's moved. Leave me alone.
Something over there.
Something over there.
Be inspired
Exactly how you
by a
handle
slayer,
all of your problems. Just
darling.
shout at him. Skaldor, we'll send you after Dragonhorn Mines to scout.
It shall be done.
Since it shouldn't actually cost the gold, it's just checking to make sure it's like a treasury check to make sure you have it.
Arcane
Maybe
winds
supposed
under
to extract
control.
that from your overall gold, but it doesn't yet. 1,000
Aye,
grudges to
it
be
is
settled here.
time. Anad.
Runic Imbuement. Magical attacks and extra weapon strength. That's awesome. Great ability. We'll grab Hardened Armor. We don't need it, do we? We'll grab Cleanse Corruption. Try to get rid of this Skaven nonsense while we still can.
Ready?
Alright. I would love to go for some upgrades at the Tower of Gorgoth, but it's about to be attacked, so absolutely not. We'll upgrade Fallen King Mountain. Probably kind of camp on the rest of our gold here. Doom Keep's gonna cost... Actually, that's fine by me. And then we'll just kind of camp on the rest of our gold from there. Glorious. let's jump on back over to Malakai and see how things play out.
Just invent.
By Malakai, I mean, we've got more exciting things down with the neck snapping Ragnarok.
Lay off the pies, mister.
Lay off the pies! Think about it, we could both be so much richer. You gotta be careful there, Malakai. Military access for 200. He's currently trading with, I mean, yeah, somehow Greasus is still alive, and the Golden Order is pressed all the way out into Noblar country and wiped out Kugath. Gelt, you are a busy man. Ooh, Sartosa is attacking Angrund. Now, it looks like Angrund is way outnumbered. We'll just see about that. Oh, here they come. Neck Snappa and Pig Kisses coming in for round 2. Let's give the Armor Piercing Standard. It does only give you 8 more damage. It's actually much better to be given over to one of these guys. We'll hand it over to our Grumbling Guard, bumping their weapons up to 43. And we'll actually fight this battle on the campaign map. We could absolutely go for the auto-resolve and just crush them. Let's have ourselves a proper fight against a wall army. We got some lads with water flasks. I thought that was supposed to be liquor flasks. Some mobs get disobedient when they're thirsty. No war boss ever led a successful war with dehydrated followers, did they? Indeed not. And with that bit of knowledge, I'm out of time for today. Thank you all so much for coming by today's Malakai Makaisson episode. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub zone. We'll see you on the next one.